In 1934, John Dillinger was gunned down by the FBI. Not before he buried $200,000 in cash in a suitcase just outside of the Little Bohemia Lodge in Mercer, Wisconsin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments. John Dillinger and his gang were wanted for a string of at least 12 bank robberies between 1933 and 1934. One of his gang members gunned down an unarmed bank teller. In 1934, Dillinger and his gang, including Babyface Nelson, 4 other members, and their wives and girlfriends all stayed at the Bohemia Lodge. There's evidence that Emil Wanatka, the owner of the Little Bohemia Lodge, knew Dillinger, and they had planned to stay there. Wanatka was getting a very high price for Dillinger and his gang to stay there, so he must have known that they were outlaws. There was something up, and that he was hiding them out there. On April 22nd, 3 members of the lodge, not part of Dillinger's gang, left the lodge, got in their car, drove down the road to Highway 51. At Highway 51, the FBI was there waiting. Told them to stop. They didn't stop. They didn't know what was going on, and the FBI opened fire thinking that they were part of Dillinger's gang. One of the men died. One of them escaped into the woods, and another one was injured and taken to the hospital. Dillinger's gang was back at the lodge, and they heard the gunfire. They immediately went to the windows and opened fire on the FBI and started shooting at the FBI. While all of the commotion was going on, they then went down and escaped out the back of the lodge toward the lake. So the story goes that Dillinger ran for about 500 yards and found himself in a section of woods that had 3 trees that made a perfect triangle. And he decided that that would be a great spot to bury the $200,000 he was carrying in a suitcase. Dug a hole very quickly, put the suitcase in it, covered it up, and took off and got out of there. He and all of the gang members actually escaped at this point, later on to be caught that year. So this all supposedly happened in 1934, and that money has never been found. So looking at this area, looking at the map, which way did Dillinger go, and how far is 500 yards? So let's look at this. 500 yards, he had to have gone out the back. The FBI was over here by the road, so they were in front of the lodge. The only way that he could have gone is out the back by the lake. And then he either had to go up the coast this way or up the coast the other way. And so where did he hide the money? He says that he went 500 yards, but in all of that commotion, maybe he went a half a mile, so the money really could be anywhere. But at the time, it seems like it was a lot of woods, and there's still a lot of woods around there now. But look, there's houses here, there's houses here. There are all of these houses. It's more of kind of a residential neighborhood now. You can see that there are a lot of wooded areas here. But this has been since 1934. It's, 80, 90 years, almost 90 years ago that this happened. People have known about it. I'm sure that people have searched these woods, and no one has ever come up with this money. This money also couldn't have been buried very deep. He didn't have time. He was on the run, and he wasn't very far away from the lodge. He had to dig this hole, most likely with his hands, and throw the suitcase in there, cover it up, and keep going. So the story goes, out in this area somewhere, there is $200,000 in a suitcase just waiting for somebody to find it. I don't know if it's on private property now, if it's on the lodge property. You can go rent a place, you can go look for it. I'm sure plenty of people have tried that, plenty of people have probably done that, and no one has come up with the money yet, but it could be out there waiting for you to go find it. So anyway, I don't know if it's true, I don't know if that money's there, but it's a great story, and hey, go stay at the lodge, see if you can find some cash. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments. Thanks for watching.